First Lieutenant Hadar Goldin was killed during the last moments of the 2014 war between Israel and Hamas. Hadar's body was kidnapped by Hamas and held captive for over 11 years by those cursed terrorists. This is the story of the dedicated Special Forces operators who spent the last year and a half searching for Hadar's body in the Rafah tunnels. If you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and share our videos.
Enter inside. Watch your head.
This is how the Rafah tunnel, nicknamed White Liberty, looks like. It's a huge underground site which First Lieutenant Hadar Goldin was buried in. Last month, his body was returned after 11 years for a Jewish burial.
What the soldiers did here day and night, to remove the support walls, to check that Hadar was not behind them. The work here was never ending.
We entered into the Rafah tunnel with the Yahalom and Shayatet 13 operators, which they worked inside of for a year and a half, in order to get an impression of the never-ending work that they performed deep underneath the ground. We tried to understand that the people that actually extracted First Lieutenant Goldin were the Hamas terrorists.
There are many rooms that are found behind the support walls. Hidden rooms that Hamas in fact hid. In some of them there were all types of command and control centers and all types of their important places. They were behind a lot of sand and a lot of obstructions, things that you can't see with your eye. From our perspective, we look at this and it all looks completely normal. The whole part that is behind us was completely hidden. It was originally behind a concrete support wall. It contains the living conditions of Hamas. It is the point from where they want to hide, escape, or live here. They have water and food. They stayed here until the IDF arrived. The IDF caused them to retreat or to die here in the area.
The Rafah tunnel is considered one of the most complex ones that the IDF encountered in the ground invasion. Its depth is about 25 meters underneath the ground. It expands in length to about 10 kilometers. With a lot of breakoffs, and inside of it there are about 80 general rooms and communication rooms, which all served the top brass of the Hamas armed faction. It's all about 1.5 kilometers from the border with Egypt.
You have to come here every day with real ideology and effort to return Hadar home. I believe that our operators perform the task every day in spite of the struggles. You feel this yourselves, the inability to breathe and the inherent dangers here. We are very happy that Hadar has returned. We would have been happy to return him ourselves.
It's been a year and a half of intense and never-ending work of many units of the IDF and of the Shabak. The tunnels here, for people who have not been in them physically, will not understand its complexity. This area of 10 kilometers has dozens of rooms, of control rooms, doors, hidden doors, terrain, inclines, declines, entrances with challenges of oxygen. In this terrain, we experienced close combat on top and underneath the ground, which challenged us during the mission.
With the entering into Rafah in the summer of 2024, we received the task which got a codename White Liberty, which is in fact the task of extracting Hadar Goldin, Shayatet 13, together with the Yahalom unit, with this specific task, and later on along with other tasks, did everything in order to bring their unique strengths to the field, but also to subdue the enemy, and also to extract whoever needed to be. If there wouldn't have been a ceasefire, we would not have stopped. We would do everything to fulfill our task.
When you were on the ground, did you feel like you were doing something strategic from Hamas's point of view?
We know for sure that Hadar was an essential asset for the Hamas terror organization. They guarded him in a very extreme manner. In my opinion, they were obsessive about him. In my eyes, one of the signs that Hamas has really been hit hard and has been knocked off its legs is the day that Hamas says to itself, "I am returning Hadar."
On the 8th of November, Israel permitted Hamas terrorists and representatives from the Red Cross to enter into territory under IDF control in order to extract First Lieutenant Goldin and to return him to Israel. You for sure saw, like all of Israel, the Hamas terrorists entering into here, live-streamed on Al Jazeera and extracting Hadar Goldin from inside. What was your feeling?
I try very hard to remove the feeling and to say to myself, what is ultimately important is that Hadar is buried in a Jewish burial. In the end, I am a human being, and it is clear that we really wanted that the hands of the IDF would be the ones that would extract Hadar from the burial place that the cursed Hamas terrorists placed him in so many years ago. The consolation for me is that his parents, Simha and Leah, can come and visit his burial plot. And secondly, I am sure that if it were not for our efforts, Hadar would not have been returned to a Jewish burial.
I want to turn to the soldiers that worked to bring you home. I do not know you guys. I would really want to shake your hands and to hug each and every one of you. You are the ones that brought my little brother home. Not Hamas, you guys did it.